password is what you use to electronically sign the FASFA. That's how you keep up with the federal funds that you receive from the Department of Education. And parents, if you decide to take out a plus loan, whether it's for Prince George's or it's for another four-year institution, you'll always use it. I'm gonna go back over this.
He's doing this for them. Then you'll have all of the.
I have a live broadcast on the week.
I'm gonna take
That was,
it.
telling us we'd go, we ain't signed in.
No, we get
I
it.
ain't catch it.
Once we did settle and everybody did caught up, I'm gonna go back over the steps. I'm just doing a brief overview. Then the next step we'll want to do is fill out the FASFA. When you're filling out the FASFA, this is all for federal aid. The federal aid would be federal grants, the Pell Grant, the SEOG grant, and then you have the student loans, the subsidized and the unsubsidized loan. The subsidized loan does not accrue interest while the student is in school, as long as they're enrolled at least half time, which is 6 credits. The unsubsidized does accrue interest the entire time they're in school. You're not required to pay back the principal on either loans until your student has dropped out or graduated or dropped below half time, which is below 6 credits after 6 consecutive months. There's also federal work study, which you have to apply for. Always check that off on the FAFSA. There is a question within the FAFSA that says, are you interested in federal work study? Federal work study, basically, students would obtain a job on campus or off campus with a nonprofit organization. Basically, they can't work over 20 hours a week, and they can't ever work during their class time. So we monitor that. So if you had a fear of your children actually having employment while in school, we keep track of that. With federal aid, you have to maintain a 2.0 GPA to keep you financially. It's called SAT, Satisfactory Academic Process, and we review it annually. So make sure you check your withdrawals and keep up with your grades, because you can lose your eligibility. For in-county residents, the cost is $105 per credit. For those of you that may qualify for the maximum amount of grant, I'm gonna tell you now, there's no need for you to take out a loan, because the grant will cover your entire cost, including books. So this year, the FAFSA actually became available for next academic year, October 1st, which is a new process. It will use your 2015 tax information. If you don't have your tax information handy, that's okay, because there's a link inside the application where you can transfer the tax information directly to the FAFSA. Does anybody have any questions so far? Yes.
I don't want. Oh, you got to do it.
So this FAFSA is for all schools or just?
Yeah, for all schools. You can put up to 10 school codes on the FAFSA for each year. Yes. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. So if does everybody have a computer open? You can go to, we can actually go to FASFA.gov. And when you're out talking to your friends and your peers, please make them be aware, do not go to FSA.com, because it does charge you. And FAFSA, does anybody know what that stands for? It stands for Free Application for Student Federal Aid. So you should never have to pay to do it, or you shouldn't have to pay anybody to do it. So has everybody made it to FAFSA.gov yet? Yeah. Has everybody created a FAFSA ID, a FSA ID already?
No.
All right, so if you haven't, I'm gonna do it the easy way. Click on login on the FAFSA. And then there should be, click that first bubble where it says enter your FSA ID, click create FSA ID. And it'll take you to FSAID.gov. there, both the student and at least one parent will create a username and password. It'll let you know on site if that username is taken or not, and it'll let you know if it's available, and you can choose it, and you'll select your. No, so you already have ID? Yeah, so you can use your same ID with what she needs. And also keep in mind, if you're applying for scholarships, a lot of scholarships require that you take the FASFA. So even if you don't think you're gonna qualify for grants, still do the FASFA every year. Because you don't want to miss out on other opportunities.
Say please.
That one was it working?
Do you have your ID status? Do you have a FASFA?
So
Have you
click
made a
that.
FASFA pin? No. Okay. So what you would have to do is create a pin first. So click
Where it says enter your student's FSA ID. Click that.
with that.
Create an FSA. The link. So now you create it. Enter your email address and use your personal email address. Don't use your school email address.
Hey, what's going on, man?
You can check that right here.
That's how we're supposed
No, this is the college. Our school code, once you get to it, you can ask me again, but I'll tell you now, for those of you that are there, it's 002089. Yeah. So you enter the numbers there. 2089. No problem. And like I said, you can add up to 10. You don't have to type in the name. You see where it says federal school code?
Yeah.
So put it 0020. I'm sorry, 002089. Hit search. Go down to the bottom. So on the left hand side, click the box. On the left. There you go. Now add. Now select. Go to next. No, go to next. There you go. And the housing, you can just do off campus. Unless you, for the other schools, you plan on doing a FAFSA for and adding them, like if it's Maryland, you plan on staying on campus? Just Google. Yeah, they'll come up. Just put school code. If you want Maryland, I can't remember theirs, but if you type it in, it'll pop right up. And it usually starts with 2 zeros.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Are these working?
I'm not sure. Let me see. Who, the people that weren't able to sign in, keep stepping to this lab, and I'm gonna come here too. You can step on this lab, I'm gonna go over there and
Okay. That's all I was talking about. I'm gonna find out the job. Is anyone else having any login issues? I have another lab open.
But, go to just, so you don't have to type it in. 002089. So you finished creating yours? So mine has to do one too.
Everyone's logged in, everyone's logged in.
Does anyone have any questions right now? She gonna look for you? All right, I'll be right back.
Rogers, last name Rogers, first name,
First name Roger, last name Elias.
last name, so, okay. Oh, I see.
You can help if you've already started. Yeah.
It's okay, you like cat. Question.
Oh, yeah, you can have as many schools as you like. 10 at the time, and then once you submit your FAFSA, you can go back and do more.
Oh, okay, no, I didn't even check too.
Oh, okay.
I had one. Okay.
My daughter. Yeah. Let me
You
get
still
one.
on that, you know.
Okay.
With this system. Still good.
Yes.
You come in this way.
It'll be. Or, well, actually, where she's going. Right, so, perfect. Are you planning on going? Yeah. Okay, then you'll wanna do, associate degree transfer. Cause that means it's all. We're doing or significant, significant date in your birthday. How are you typing it in?
First, I tried with the numbers of the numbers, and then try with the
Okay. Try it now while I'm looking. Okay, that's too many numbers. So it's the 2-digit month, so I'm gonna do that. 2-digit day. And the year, 4 digits. Try it. Oh, that's it. That's what you were typing in, correct? Okay, it can't be that.
Oh, so she did that over here?
Yeah.
So any other date but that, okay?
Okay. Remember, you can add as many schools as you like, well, up to 10 the first time, and then you can go back in after you submitted it and add more.
I seen this one. Is it right here?
Yeah. Oh, after you finish, you could add as many.
Oh, I put this one for the, okay.
I told you.
I thought she was. Now you got it. Oh.
What is that?
Anybody have any questions so far? Yes. No, that's it. When you get to the tax section, 1040X means an amendment. That means after you filed your taxes, you got them back and you made a correction to your taxes. Yeah, that's what the 1040X is. So yeah, so now you're just gonna, so this is what I was talking about. This will link your tax information directly from the IRS to the FASFA, so you don't even have to look at your tax papers to fill it out. You have to say that. And verify your address. That's what you have to do. So to redivert, you click that link, and it'll take you to the IRS website.
Which one of us gotta sign in to start?
You're the student. You always sign in. The student always logs into the actual FASFA, not the parent. And then using the data retrieval, the IRS transfer, one, it limits your chances of being selected for verification, which can be a headache, because the colleges will ask you for additional documentation based on what the Department of Education tells us to check. And one of the things would be to obtain the save keys to pick up where you left off, just in case you don't finish. It lessens your chances of being selected, and if you don't use the data retrieval and you are selected, you'll have to get the IRS tax return transcript from the IRS. And going directly to the IRS is the only way you can obtain the transcript. It takes about 10 business days for them to mail the transcript. And you can do an appointment, but those are far and few in between. So it's best to use the data retrieval. No, it's best to do it now. Do it before the year is up.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she could, but better to do it now and get it over. Because I know our office can get it back. And she might not get as much one-on-one time. Oh, did you create one too?
No.
You gotta do one too. And for the parents, you putting your information on here has no bearing on your credit whatsoever. It's just to gauge on your child's financial aid eligibility. So it's not going to affect you in any way. The only thing that will affect you is if you decide to take out a parent plus loan, because that will be based on your credit. Oh, I got you. There's a question there.
So we went, I bought my, I bought this later.
So you don't need it. So we won't need your information if that was the case. It's recording?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's a section. Okay, so what's gonna happen is there is a section, it's the dependency questions in the FASFA. It's gonna ask you if this is your case, and of course you're gonna click yes. And then whatever college you go to, they are gonna ask you a time. So just keep it.
So I think that's what it is?
No, you don't have to do it, because you're actively considered individual. Yeah, so 17. And the FAFSA that you're gonna be applying is this 2017, 2018. You can do 16, 17 if you plan on taking summer courses. And the save key is just any random, whatever you choose, just in case you don't finish now, you can go back in and pick up where you left off.
So I can go home, get on, nothing else, right?
I mean, you said you go back in.
Yep. It shouldn't take them long, because it's gonna be all zeros. The main part of that, right, is you just do.
But you gotta know.
The information, the most technical she's gonna do is change her name. Everything else.
I think to do the first.
Oh.
Is Nicola?
PG college is law, that's law, right?
Just put that.
002089. Search. Click the box.
You got,
Add. Then you go to next. Okay.
For 4 hours. So that's
Here,
I don't
know, she's a professor.
Here, you could, ask with that.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, but
So most of it has already.
I don't know if you have, want you to sign up for this.
You have no issue.
That was just, you know,
Did you put it on the?
yeah.
Okay, so put it in everything that's to add.
Oh, no, mine is good.
I don't know if it is,
Any questions?
you can check the server. That's why I'm.
Yeah, with no other
It's right for them. We put the right on the
Oh, no, no.
Yes. It's going.
Then I don't know if it's amended.
So you mind?